being the only woman of color who has won the Best Actress Oscar, what are your thoughts right now? I know you haven't really spoken much about it, but...
And it is the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Honestly, that win almost 15 years ago was iconic. It was important to me, but I had the knowing in the moment that it was bigger than me. I believed that in that moment, that when I said the door tonight has been opened, I believed that with every bone in my body, that this was going to incite change because this door, this barrier had been broken. And to sit here almost 15 years later and knowing that another woman of color has not walked through that door is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because I thought that moment was bigger than me. And it's heartbreaking to start to think maybe it wasn't bigger than me.
Wow.
Maybe it wasn't. And I so desperately felt like it was. So people have said to me since this has happened this year, and so many people have been speaking out, they've said, so why do you think that is, Halle? Like, what's your take on it? And I only have my take, and my take is that it's really about truth-telling. And as filmmakers and as actors, we have a responsibility to tell the truth. And the films, I think, that are coming out of Hollywood aren't truthful. And the reason they're not truthful these days is because they're not really depicting the importance and the involvement and the participation of people of color in our American culture. Our cities are filled with black and brown people. And many times, unfortunately, we see films that are set in Chicago, New York, Atlanta, in big metropolitan cities, and they're void of people of color, really. Or they're the people passing in the background, right, that really aren't significant. So I feel like when we really live up to our responsibility in Hollywood and challenge ourselves to be truthful and tell the truth with our storytelling, then people of color will be there in a real competitive way, and it won't be about inclusion or diversity, because if we're telling the truth, that inclusion and diversity will be a byproduct of the truth.
Totally.
And will naturally be there. And that's what I hope, and I hope that I can help be a part of that change.